Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Do you know what today is? It's the second Sunday of the month. Do you know what that means? It's time to use our imagination for the Just Our Imagination Challenge. I love this challenge. I host it every month with my best friend, Kathy Jo. There she is. What a crazy lady, isn't she? I love her. She made me this shirt and it cracks me up. But anyways, just like she does. But let's get on with the video. So if you don't know about the Just Our Imagination Challenge, I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But we take some challenging items and we use them in our craftings, and it's always a blast. So before we get to the video, I just want to welcome you. If you're new here, my name is Brenda and this is my Oliver. And if you're returning, you guys are amazing. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number 1. So on this DIY, I'm going to take this sign. I got this last summer from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to remove the twine that's back behind it. It's just stapled in. Then I'm going to remove the B word, and I'm doing it really careful so that I can hopefully use it next year in my bee crafts. And then I'm just going to remove all the upper layers of paper here. When I did the very last sign, it came off in 2 pieces. It was amazing. But once I had that upper layer removed, I spritzed it down with water and let it set for about 5 minutes. Then I'm using my paint scraper here to just scrape away all that second layer of paper and glue. And then once I had this all scraped away, I did take some Goo Gone and sprayed it in, and then I'm using a baby wipe here to just kind of wipe off that extra stickiness. Once I had all 3 of those signs clear, then I painted them with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. I then took this window cling from Dollar Tree. I spritzed it down with some water, and then I'm just using my Cricut spatula to scrape off all that nasty glitter that was all over it. And when you do this, you want to scrape gently. Don't ask me how I know. And then after that, I went ahead and did some fussy cutting around the images and the words. But then I was thinking afterwards, because it's got that colored background, it really wasn't necessary. That plastic, normally I don't like the plastic look, but since it's colored, it gives it a little different look. But I did cut it anyways. Excuse me, guys. And then I just covered one of my signs with some Mod Podge. I added this window cling to it. And then I'm going to just make sure there's no wrinkles, make sure it's all laying smooth. And then I'm just going to go over it again with some more Mod Podge. And after that, I originally had thought about doing some more of those window clings, but then I got a better idea and I forgot to hit record on my phone. So as you sit here and look at this picture, I'm going to explain what I did. So I took the pumpkin pie and that yummy latte. Those are rub-on transfers that I got from Kathy Jo. She sent them to me. She got them through Essential Stencils last year. I put one on each one of those signs. I did some distressing with my burnt orange and warm sunset around it, and then I added some 5-gallon paint stir sticks to the back. I added them to it with wood glue and hot glue, and then I put some staples on the back, and that's all I did with those. I did not paint them. I thought about later maybe I should have painted them, but I kind of like it unpainted. So then I just covered those rub-on transfers with some more Mod Podge, and I took some beads from Amazon that I got last year, and I'm just stringing them through. These are like fall beads. They came with leaves and everything, but I'm just stringing, oh my goodness, I'm stringing them through some cord there, and then I'm just gonna add them to the back for a hanger, and that's all there was. I love this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just want a latte that looks just like that, but oh my goodness. But anyways, I love this. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, today is the Just Our Imagination Challenge. Like I said at the beginning, I host this every month with my best friend Kathy Jo with Kathy Jo DIY. And every month we have 3 must-use items. This month we have an aluminum foil cookie sheet, a plastic bowl of any size, and then in honor of Miss Kathy Jo's birthday, that was this last Thursday, happy birthday Kathy Jo, we are going to dupe one of her projects. So make sure you check out her channel. wish her a happy birthday if you haven't already, and then make sure you check out the playlist as well. We also have Cindy with Z9 Designs as our guest host this month. She made these wonderful items last month, so we asked her to be our guest host. Last month, we used dowels or skewers, plastic kitchen or bath mats, and a book, and she made a purse with a book. If you haven't seen it, you've got to go back and watch it. It was amazing. Okay, so here's DIY number 2. So I'm going to take these 3 little wood planks from Michael's. I removed the little sawtooth hangers, and now I'm just removing the twine hanger. I'm going to paint the inside of each one of those with my Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster, and then I used Warm Sunset all around the edge and the sides and the back. Sorry, you guys. If it looks like that said Spice Pumpkin, it did, but I didn't have enough, so I changed it up to the Warm Sunset. So I got these rub-on transfers last fall from Amazon, and I decided to go ahead and use some. So I'm just going to lay it in the middle here. I'm rubbing it. These things you don't have to rub very much, but the transfer paper is very, very sticky. And I am just trying to pull it up, pull it up without pulling up my rub-on transfer. But like I said, I barely rubbed on this. Excuse me, guys. And I had that one little piece that came off, so I'm just laying it right back in place. I'm going to rub it, and then pull off that transfer tape, and it's perfect. So I'm going to do 3 different scenes. These have some beautiful scenes on them. I just loved them. I do believe they are in my Amazon store. I'll try to remember to check, but I believe I put them in there last year after I got them. But maybe I didn't, because I wasn't very impressed with them. But I'm getting used to them. So anyways, you just have to remember they're not like the regular transfers where you rub really hard and stuff. These you barely have to rub. It's that transfer sheet that's really sticky, and you kind of have to deal with that a little bit. But once you get used to them, it's not so bad. So I'm just going to place the 3rd one in there. Sorry, you guys. Man, must be my allergies. I just came from my sister's house, so and she lives out in the woods. I'm going to add some wood glue and hot glue to the side of one of them. And I don't know if you could see, but I had a little line there. I'd measured about 1/2 inch from the bottom. That way I would know where to put my glue down to. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of that middle one. And I'm going to add the other little square there. And then I'm going to take some little sticks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use my Tight Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Purpose Glue and a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to add those onto the top to be the peduncle of my pumpkins. Now, normally I would have just used my Tight Bond glue, but I was doing this late at night, or late for me. I'd been in my craft room all day. I was tired, and I was trying to hurry to get this done so I could start editing for this playlist. So yeah, that's why I used both glues. But then I took some of these pip berries here, and I just cut some down, and I'm going to wrap it around the stems there, and then I'm going to use my paintbrush here to wrap around my paintbrush and make a curly Q. And I'm going to do that for the trundle. I guess, trying to think of what they were called. My grandson was asking me why I was doing that, and I couldn't think of what they're called. Now I'm not even sure I'm saying it right. But anyways, you know what it is. And then I'm just going to take some leaves that came from one of my little sunflower picks. I'm going to glue them on. I glued 2 in the middle, and then 1 on the left side and 1 on the right side of the side pumpkins. I'm going to make a 2-loop finger bow. I'm just going to wrap my fingers twice, bring that tail through my fingers and up around those that I'm holding on to, and then through that loop that I just made, and then pull tightly. After that, I'm going to hot glue it to the top, and that's all there is for this one. I think this came out really cute. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, guys, real quick, once again, and I can never do it enough, I just want to stop and tell you guys how much I love you and how much I appreciate each one of you who watch my videos every single week every time it comes on, twice a week usually. But you guys are amazing, and I truly do appreciate you. And if you are new and would love to be part of our YouTube family, hit that red subscribe button before you go, and let me know in the comment box that you're here. I'd love to get to know you. And make sure you subscribe to my best friend Kathy Jo too. She's amazing and you won't be disappointed. So make sure you check out the playlist. Make sure you show everyone some love. And with all that being said, let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 3. So for this next DIY, I took a 10-inch wood round from Hobby Lobby. And I am just going to, I'm not going to paint it. I am going to add Mod Podge to the top of my wood round. Now you could use any size wood round. I am duping one of Kathy Jo's beautiful items that she made. It was a tray. I will link the video that I saw this from in my description box in case you want to go see it. But I let that Mod Podge dry, and then I'm taking this beautiful oh my goodness, this beautiful napkin from Hobby Lobby. I'm removing the 2-ply backing that's in the back. I used some double-sided tape on my fingers to get that started. And then I'm going to lay this napkin down on my wood round, and I'm going to go over it with, I'm going to cover the napkin with my parchment paper to protect the napkin, and then I'm going to go over it with my heat press to reactivate the Mod Podge so that that napkin sticks. And then I cut down all the excess, and then I'm just going to go over it again with some more Mod Podge and set it aside and let it dry. Now Kathy Jo made a 14-inch wood round when she made hers, and she also made hers double-sided. I didn't want to make it double-sided. I didn't want mine as big, so I used this 10-inch. You could also use a 12-inch round from Dollar Tree as well. So as you saw, I used my finger sander there to remove all that excess napkin. And then I am going to stain my tumbling tower blocks. I used about 50 of these. And you guys, I spritzed down my antique wax, and I'm trying to mix it all together, and it just was not working. I think I had too many blocks in this bowl. I needed a bigger bowl or not put so many. So I just thought, okay, I'm just going to brush them. I'm tired of this. So I just took my brush and started brushing them. And then I took a napkin, and I just went and wiped off all the excess and then laid them out to dry. Then I took some of this rope from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take my Type Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue. I'm going all around the top part here, and then I'm just going to start adding the rope to it, and I'm just going to go all the way around, and I'm going to add my rope. Now I'm doing this a little different, I think, than Kathy Jo. So I do recommend watching her video because I think she did an amazing job on hers, and you can see what we both do differently. Anyways, I'm going to trim that off. I decided to add some to the bottom as well, and this is really, it's just to give a more surface for my blocks to be glued onto. So I'm adding my Type Bond all along the rope on both the top and the bottom of my tray. And then I'm going to add some hot glue along it. And then I'm just going to start adding my blocks. Now, as you can see, I have a block of wood be underneath this to kind of hold it up so that I can lay those tumbling tower blocks down evenly. And then I just went and added them where all the hot glue was, and then I added some more hot glue, and then I continued to add these all the way around until I was at the end. Now at the end, I did have to really push my last piece in tightly because the spot for it was just a tad small, but it worked. I was able to get it in. After I was done with all that, I took some ribbon, and I'm just going to glue it all around the center. Now, Kathy Jo used some faux leather. It was beautiful. I didn't have one. Well, I did have some, I guess, that I could cut down, but I didn't feel like doing that. So I just used my ribbon. And then I had this faux leather ribbon that's much smaller, and this is from Dollar Tree. I haven't seen it there for years. You might be able to find some from Hobby Lobby, but I'm just going to glue it all around the middle part of that ribbon. And after that, I'm going to take some of the rope I cut down. I'm going to put some of the leather around the ends, just like you see. And then I'm going to glue it. I'm just going to use some hot glue on my rope there and add my leather or fake leather, faux leather ribbon. I'm going to glue it. I did this on both ends. And then I had some little like decorative tacks that I got from Hobby Lobby in the crafting section. And I'm just going to push them through my rope and leather. And then this one side, I was able to just push it right through the tumbling tower block. The other one, you guys, I struggled getting it in. I even tried hammering it. I was having a heck of a time, but I ended up getting it in, and there it is. I love that napkin, and I love how this came out. I kind of wish my ribbon was pushed up a little bit more, but you know what? It is what it is. I still love it. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreation. And we have these beautiful little pieces from Nicole. I love them, Nicole. Thank you so much for sharing. And then these are awesome, Tammy. She has been busy. I just love them all. And then we have Misty. Look how cute these are. I just love that. Cheshire cat. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Thank you, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, so here we go. DIY number 4. So this is one of the must-use items. It is a plastic bowl from Dollar Tree, and then I have this pot, this clay pot I got from Hobby Lobby. And I am going to paint the rim part of my pot with my metallic color called Worn Penny, one of my favorite paints. Then I thought, okay, I'm going to put this on the inside, the Worn Penny, but I'm like, wait, this is too thin. I think I should do something else. So I put my Ivory by Waverly chalk paint in, thinking I could put my Worn Penny on the inside of this. And then as I'm painting, I'm like, wait, all they're going to see on the outside is this cream color. And I'm like, so I thought, well, let me check and see. So as you can see, I just looked there. I'm like, yep, I was right. All you're going to see is the cream. So I went ahead and finished that. And then I just went ahead and poured some of the Worn Penny on the top. And I did kind of have to do 2 coats, let it dry a little bit, and then add another coat just to cover up all that plastic. Anyways, once I was done with that, I took, this is a placemat that I just recently found at Dollar Tree. I thought was beautiful. So I'm just taking apart the 2 layers. I'm just ripping the seam where the stitches in between with my scissors and pulling. Once I had it separated, I cut down a piece to the size I needed, and I'm just going to glue this all the way around that lip on my pot. And I'm just going to use my hot glue here. I'm just going to go along the edge there and then just keep adding my material. And when you do this, you just have to work at it to keep it straight, because it won't want to go straight naturally. Then I'm going to glue the end piece in together inside, so we have a finished edge. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue that piece on just like you see. Oh my goodness, you guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, so then I took the bottom and I started making pleats. So I just took a piece, folded it in, and brought it over, and then glued it to the material to each other. And then I'm going to glue it to the bottom of my pot. And I'm just going to do this all the way around, just like you see me doing. Just taking a piece, pinching it together, and then gluing it in place, and then gluing it to the bottom. And then once I got all the way to the bottom, or to the end, I took some of this braided jute cord that I love, and I'm going to glue it all along the bottom part of that edge. I don't know what to call it. Anyways, I'm going to go around, and then after that, I'm going to take a little wood round that I had from a package of wood pieces that I got from Hobby Lobby. I painted it with the Worn Penny, and I'm just going to use my Titebond and hot glue, and I'm going to look at what I did. I'm like, oh my gosh. Luckily, it was still warm enough and I was able to use it, but I glued that to the bottom over the fabric. Then I took this dowel cap, and I'm going to paint it with some metallic gold paint. And I'm using one of my brushes that fit in there perfectly. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Then I won't get paint all over my fingers. And once it was dry, I took my Titebond glue and I'm going to put it all the way around it. And then I am going to put that on top, and there it is. It could be a little trinket dish or candy dish. It's supposed to look like an acorn. I'm not quite sure if it does, but I think it turned out kind of cute. At least I used my must-use item. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well in the comment box below. Okay, final DIY, number 5. So for this DIY, I'm going to use the last must-use item. And I am going to start off by taking this pumpkin. I'm going to remove that bow. And then I am going to take some of this cookie sheet, this aluminum cookie sheet, which is the must-use item here. And I laid it over the side pieces, the side raised areas of this pumpkin. And I'm using an embossing tool. I'm just going around the whole those pieces that are raised. That way I could cut it out. So I did that for both sides, and not the middle, just the two sides. Then I took my placemat and I laid it down, and I'm just pretty much doing the same thing but with a pin. That way I knew where to cut them out, and I cut it all out, both of them. All 3 pieces. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then I'm taking my burnt orange and I am painting the non-raised areas of the pumpkin. I did the front and the back with that color. Once that was all done and dry, I'm going to add some Mod Podge to the middle section, and I'm going to let it dry. And I don't know what I'm doing, picking something out. Anyways, once it was while it was drying, I took this True Burgundy by Folk Art and I painted the cookie sheet pieces. I'm using my Mod Podge, or oh my goodness, you guys, I'm using my heat press. I'm resetting that Mod Podge so that my fabric stuck, and then went over it again with some more Mod Podge. Now I'm going to use my Titebond glue, and I'm going to glue the aluminum foil pieces on top, just like you see right there. And then once I had it centered, I laid some stuff on it for a few minutes to make sure that it sat, and it would set with the glue. And then I'm taking my hot glue and some more of that braided jute cord that I love. I'm going around the middle piece, and I liked it so much I decided to go around the outside pieces as well. Just, I think it gives it a more of a finished look. And then after that, I took one of these tag signs from Dollar Tree. You could use any tag sign. I'm going to remove the paper just like I did on the first DIY. I'm just going to take off that top layer, spritz it all down, and scrape off the bottom layer. Now I didn't paint it. Instead, I'm just going to cover this with Mod Podge. As you can see, I took the lid off there to pour it, and then I thought I put the lid back on it. Well, I didn't tighten the lid, and guess what happens? Yep, there you go. So after I cleaned up my mess, I laid some of this is the backing from the placemat. This is the back color. So I thought I'm going to incorporate this because I just love this placemat. And then I added some of the plaid on the bottom, and I'm adding some on the top as well. Once I had it all laid out, I trimmed off all that excess fabric there. And then I'm going to cover the whole thing with more Mod Podge, because you could kind of see the Mod Podge soaking through that. And I just thought if I do it this way, it'll make it look more even, which it did. And then I took some more of this cord and went over the top and the bottom where the joints meet of the fabric. And I punched the hole through the fabric with my pokey tool there. And then I took some more hot glue and this jute cord, and I am just going to go all the way around my tag sign. Then I'm just going to use hot glue. I'm going to glue my pumpkin right in the middle. And these are some words. I think they're like some table decorative things from Hobby Lobby. I guess you put them on the table. And I liked this one, so I'm using my hot glue. I'm going to glue it right on the front. And then I took some pieces of ribbon, and I'm just going to do a messy bow. I'm just doing a cross there, just alternating all the colors, trying to get them all even there. And then I'm going to take twine and I'm going to wrap it around and tie a knot in the back. And after that, I'm going to pull real tightly. My ribbons were moving all around on me, so I'm trying to get them all in place there, make them even before I got that all tight. Then I'm just going to trim off the twine and use some hot glue and glue that where the hanger hole is on my pumpkin. Then I just added a little sunflower, and then I'm just going to add some jute for a holder and or a hanger, and that's all there was for this. I think this came out really pretty. I really like how this came out, and who would know that I used aluminum foil pan there, huh? Anyways, you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. The final reveal is coming right up. Make sure you check out Kathy Jo's channel and her video. Make sure you wish her a belated happy birthday if you haven't already. And then make sure you check out Cindy's channel and show her some love if you haven't already as well. Make sure you check out the playlist. Show everyone some love. Even me. Give me that thumbs up and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love it. But anyways, with all of that, you guys, I am so glad you're here. And I really hope you have a wonderful week. I'll be back on Thursday with another video. So until then, have a blessed one. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.